The New York Yankees seem to have discovered a true game-changer in this season's roster shakeups, and it's a story that's been quietly unfolding but is now impossible to ignore. As the trade deadline came and went, the Yankees made a move that, at first glance, might have seemed just another roster adjustment. But as the dust settled and the team took the field, it became clear that this wasn't just any addition. It was a strategic masterstroke that touches on one of the most underrated elements of baseball success: speed, versatility, and the kind of pesky, relentless approach at the plate that can quietly dismantle opposing teams. Right now, the Yankees are riding a wave of momentum, and a large part of that energy is coming from one player who has seamlessly integrated himself into the lineup and the clubhouse alike. Jose Caballero, fresh off a high-profile trade from the Tampa Bay Rays, has stepped into the Bronx spotlight with an impact that few could have predicted. From the moment he donned the pinstripes, it was evident that the Yankees were getting more than just a capable player. They were getting a spark, someone who can change the dynamic of a game with both his feet and his bat. While the Yankees have long been known for their power hitters, the heavyweights who send baseballs soaring over fences, Caballero brings a different kind of fire. His game is built on agility, quickness, and an intelligence on the base paths that forces pitchers to constantly think about more than just the next pitch. Every stolen base, every well-timed slide, and every opportunity he takes to advance in a scoring position puts pressure on the opposing team and shifts momentum in New York's favor. He isn't just fast, he's a chess player on the diamond, reading pitchers, anticipating defenses, and making the kind of split-second decisions that turn ordinary innings into pivotal moments. What makes Caballero even more valuable is his versatility. In a season where injuries, rest days, and lineup tweaks are inevitable, the ability to plug a player into multiple positions without losing a step is worth its weight in gold. Caballero has shown he can handle both the outfield and infield responsibilities with ease, giving the Yankees flexibility that few teams can match. While stars like Aaron Judge are managing their time in the field and Giancarlo Stanton continues to be the go-to power threat, having someone like Caballero who can slide seamlessly into various roles allows the Yankees to maintain consistency without sacrificing performance. This adaptability doesn't just help the lineup on paper. It boosts morale, allows for more strategic in-game decisions, and ensures the team remains competitive no matter the circumstances. But perhaps the most compelling aspect of Caballero's game is the tenacity and approach he brings to the plate. Anyone familiar with the Tampa Bay Rays knows the type of player he is: relentless, difficult to pitch to, and someone who finds ways to manufacture runs even without the long ball. He embodies that pesky hitter mindset that makes life uncomfortable for opposing pitchers. It's not always about hitting home runs. It's about making consistent contact, putting pressure on the defense, and taking advantage of every opportunity to advance runners. For a team like the Yankees, who have dominated headlines with power numbers and highlight reel home runs, adding a player who excels in this gritty, tactical style of baseball balances the offense and gives them tools to win games in a variety of ways. Caballero's ability to get on base, steal, and force opponents into mistakes is precisely the kind of subtle edge that can make all the difference in tight division races. His recent performances have only underscored this value. Against the St. Louis Cardinals, Caballero was a constant thorn, not just with his batting, but with his overall presence on the field. From taking extra bases to putting himself in scoring position at crucial moments, he demonstrated the kind of high-impact play that doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but can be felt inning after inning. He isn't flashy for the sake of being flashy. Every move serves a purpose. Every step on the base path is calculated to give the Yankees an advantage. And while the Yankees did hit multiple home runs during these games, Caballero's contributions were a reminder that success in baseball isn't just about the long ball. It's about the full spectrum of skills that put pressure on opponents from every angle. What makes this story even sweeter for Yankees fans is the fact that Caballero came from a division rival. Bringing in a player who had been a headache in the past adds an extra layer of intrigue and satisfaction. There's a certain thrill in seeing someone who once tormented your team now wearing the pinstripes, contributing to victories, and fitting seamlessly into a culture built on winning. It's not just a player acquisition. It's a narrative shift, a storyline that energizes the fan base and adds drama to each matchup. Beyond the stats, the presence of Caballero injects a spark into the clubhouse, reminding everyone that baseball isn't just about talent. It's about timing, opportunity, and finding the players who can elevate the entire team dynamic. And it's not only his speed and adaptability that impress, it's also his consistency. Since joining the Yankees, he has maintained a batting average that sits well above expectations, showcasing an ability to adjust to new pitchers, stadiums, and the unique pressures that come with playing in New York. Hitting .381 since being traded is no small feat, particularly when adjusting to a team with such a storied history and high expectations. It's the kind of performance that reassures both fans and teammates that he is more than capable of handling high-pressure situations, and it's the kind of contribution that can be the difference between a good team and a playoff contender. Beyond individual stats, Caballero's impact resonates throughout the lineup. By taking pitchers' attention away from the stars, he creates opportunities for players like Judge and Stanton to operate with more freedom. Every stolen base, every well-placed hit, every smart slide into a base subtly shifts the strategy of the opposing team. It's a domino effect. His presence changes the rhythm of the game, keeps defenses on edge, and ensures that the Yankees are always one step ahead. In a sport often defined by marginal gains, the kind of incremental advantages Caballero brings could very well translate into a playoff edge come October. Even as the season moves into the critical September stretch and the team focuses on division rivals like the Toronto Blue Jays and Boston Red Sox, Caballero's contributions take on added significance. When games are tight and every run matters, having a player who can manufacture offense, put pressure on defenses, and maintain a high on-base percentage is invaluable. The Yankees have their power hitters, their home run threats, and their traditional stars, but Caballero brings a different energy, a balance of grit, strategy, and excitement that makes the team more well-rounded and unpredictable. It's the kind of addition that doesn't just show up in highlight reels, but in the subtle shifts that lead to victories over the course of a grueling season. Versatility is another critical aspect of Caballero's value. In a sport where injuries, rest days, and lineup adjustments are inevitable, having a player who can seamlessly transition between outfield and infield positions is a game-changer. While stars like Aaron Judge manage their field time and Giancarlo Stanton remains the anchor of power in the lineup, Caballero fills the gaps that keep the team competitive without sacrificing performance. This flexibility isn't just tactical, it boosts clubhouse morale. Teammates know that no matter the situation, Caballero can step in and perform reliably, which frees up other players to focus on their roles and contributes to a more cohesive and resilient squad. His adaptability allows the Yankees to maintain consistency throughout a grueling season, giving the team strategic options that opponents must account for in every game. But perhaps the most compelling aspect of Caballero's game is his approach at the plate. Coming from the Tampa Bay Rays, he embodies the kind of relentless mentality that made his former team so difficult to pitch against. He doesn't rely on home runs to make an impact. Instead, he pressures pitchers with smart contact, aggressive base running, and a constant ability to put himself in scoring position. For the Yankees, a team that often dominates headlines with home runs and highlight reel power, Caballero provides balance, a way to manufacture runs and keep games within reach even when the long ball isn't falling. His ability to get on base, steal, and force defensive mistakes introduces a level of unpredictability to the lineup, creating opportunities that amplify the performance of the team's established stars. Recent performances, particularly in the series against the St. Louis Cardinals, have showcased Caballero's full impact. He has been a catalyst in ways that go beyond the obvious. While he contributed offensively, his impact on the bases and his ability to anticipate game situations transformed the way innings played out. Every extra base he gained, every stolen base, and every smart move put him in a position to turn potential threats into real scoring chances. His style isn't about flashy plays for the sake of the highlight reel. Every decision is calculated, every action is purposeful, and the cumulative effect is a tangible advantage for the Yankees. In a division where games are often decided by small margins, having a player who can create these subtle yet decisive advantages is invaluable. The fact that Caballero comes from a division rival adds an extra layer of intrigue and satisfaction for fans. Watching a former adversary become a key contributor in the Bronx has energized the fan base and created a compelling narrative. It's not just a player acquisition. It's a storyline that redefines rivalries and adds intensity to each matchup. Beyond the numbers, Caballero's presence has injected energy into the clubhouse. His aggressive style, intelligence on the bases, and relentless approach at the plate influence not only his own performance, but the rhythm and mindset of the entire team. Having a player who combines speed, versatility, and tactical intelligence enhances the team's overall strategy and allows the Yankees to compete at a consistently high level. Statistically, Caballero has exceeded expectations. Maintaining a batting average above .380 since joining the Yankees is a remarkable feat, particularly when adjusting to a new team, stadiums, and the heightened scrutiny of playing in New York. His ability to remain consistent under pressure demonstrates that he is not only capable of contributing immediately, but can sustain high-level performance in crucial moments. This consistency is critical for a team with championship aspirations. In close games, especially those against division rivals like the Blue Jays and Red Sox, his skill in manufacturing offense and creating scoring opportunities can be the difference between a narrow loss and a key victory. Caballero's influence extends beyond his own at-bats. By diverting attention from the Yankees' power hitters, he creates space and opportunities for players like Judge and Stanton to operate more freely. Every stolen base, every well-timed hit, and every intelligent base-running decision changes the strategy of the opposing team. His presence forces opponents to make choices they might not want to make, disrupting their rhythm and increasing the likelihood of errors or suboptimal decisions. This ripple effect, generated by a player who combines speed, intelligence, and aggression, is precisely the kind of subtle advantage that can shape a team's playoff trajectory and provide an edge in high-stakes games. As the Yankees move into the final stretch of the season, the importance of players like Caballero becomes even more pronounced. In September's tightly contested games, where every run matters, his ability to manufacture offense, pressure the defense, and maintain a high on-base percentage is invaluable. The Yankees lineup, while anchored by home run hitters, benefits immensely from Caballero's style of play, which introduces versatility, unpredictability, and strategic depth. His contributions go beyond highlight plays. They're felt in every inning, in every at-bat, and in the psychological edge he provides both the Yankees and their opponents. The brilliance of the trade that brought Caballero to New York also cannot be overstated. Acquiring a player of his caliber without surrendering major assets, securing him under team control for several seasons, and bringing in someone who contributes immediately reflects a keen understanding of roster construction and long-term strategy. The Yankees didn't merely add a player. They acquired a tactical weapon, someone who amplifies the team's strengths while addressing specific needs, particularly in speed, versatility, and situational hitting. In a sport where marginal advantages can decide championships, Caballero represents a critical piece that can define the team's late-season success and shape its playoff. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. The baseball world has been shaken to its core with the unexpected and electrifying rumor that Julio Rodriguez, one of the brightest young stars in Major League Baseball, is on the verge of joining the New York Yankees in what could only be described as a seismic move for the American League. Rodriguez, who has quickly carved out a reputation as both a generational talent and a charismatic presence in the clubhouse, is said to have been courted aggressively by the Yankees' front office in recent weeks. The whispers suggest that negotiations have been conducted with a mix of secrecy and urgency, leaving rival teams stunned at the mere possibility of the 23-year-old slugger donning pinstripes in the immediate future. Fans are already buzzing about how his raw power, electric speed, and flair for the dramatic might translate inside the walls of Yankee Stadium, a place built on legends and pressure. The potential pairing of Rodriguez with the Yankees' already star-studded roster would not only bolster their lineup, but also send shockwaves across the entire league, fueling speculation about how contenders like the Astros, Blue Jays, and Rangers might respond to such a monumental shift in competitive balance. While nothing has been officially confirmed by either the Yankees management or Rodriguez representatives, the whispers have gained extraordinary traction thanks to several insiders claiming that advanced talks are indeed taking place. Some reports allege that late-night meetings between key decision-makers have been happening behind closed doors, hinting that both financial muscle and long-term planning are converging in this pursuit. The Yankees, known for their aggressive pursuit of marquee names, seem determined to reignite the mystique of their dynasty years, and bringing in Rodriguez could symbolize exactly that. Analysts point to the unique blend of youth and proven production that Rodriguez brings, making him far more than just a splashy acquisition. He would be an anchor for the franchise's future. Social media has only amplified the buzz, with fans dissecting every cryptic emoji posted by Rodriguez online and speculating on whether subtle hints are being dropped. Rivals are already expressing frustration in hushed tones, fearing that the Yankees' financial power is once again tilting the playing field. If these rumors solidify into reality, the move will be viewed not only as bold, but as transformative, redefining the power structure in the American League. The potential ripple effects of such a signing cannot be overstated, as opposing pitchers will be forced to rethink strategies when facing a Yankees lineup that could suddenly feature Rodriguez alongside Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, and Anthony Rizzo. The thought of those names stacked together is already giving managers across the league sleepless nights, imagining rotations being burned out just trying to contain the offensive firepower. Rodriguez, with his uncanny ability to deliver in clutch moments, would thrive under the bright lights of New York, where expectations are as towering as the stadium's upper decks. Beyond the on-field dominance, his presence would also ignite a commercial frenzy, with merchandise sales, ticket demand, and media attention skyrocketing. The Yankees, already a global brand, could find their reach extended even further with Rodriguez as a fresh, marketable superstar. Baseball, a sport that thrives on storylines and rivalries, would see a new chapter written as rival fan bases would rally even harder against the Yankees, cementing them once again as the team everyone either loves or loves to hate. The American League East, already competitive, would transform into a battlefield where every series feels like a postseason clash. Yet amid all this excitement and speculation, there remains a thread of skepticism. Detractors argue that the rumor has ballooned too quickly, perhaps fueled more by wishful thinking than by concrete negotiations. After all, Rodriguez has often spoken fondly of his current team and city, expressing loyalty and gratitude for the opportunity he was given to rise to stardom. Could the Yankees truly pry him away from such deep roots? Or is this narrative a cleverly orchestrated attempt to pressure other franchises into making desperate moves? Baseball history is filled with rumors that grew louder than the eventual reality, and some believe this could be one of those instances where the smoke proves thicker than the fire. Nevertheless, even skeptics admit that the Yankees possess both the financial leverage and the brand allure to make the impossible seem possible. The mere existence of this rumor already alters the landscape, putting front offices on edge and forcing executives to consider backup plans should the Yankees actually pull off this jaw-dropping maneuver. Whether grounded in truth or in speculation, the buzz surrounding Rodriguez and the Yankees has already achieved what it set out to do: dominate headlines and fuel debate across the baseball world. If the rumor materializes, it will mark one of the boldest acquisitions in recent baseball history, a moment fans will point to as a turning point not only for the Yankees but for the league as a whole. Rodriguez represents the future of the sport. Young, dynamic, and fearless, the kind of player who shifts momentum simply by stepping onto the field. His move to New York would symbolize more than just another transaction. It would be a cultural moment, a blending of talent and market power that changes how the sport is perceived. For the Yankees, It would serve as a declaration that the franchise is not merely chasing relevance, but determined to dominate, rekindling echoes of their most glorious eras. For the rest of the league, it will be both a challenge and a rallying cry, forcing teams to innovate, adapt, and fight harder to compete. Until official word breaks, however, the story remains in the realm of speculation, an intoxicating blend of fact and fantasy that captivates fans' imaginations. Rumor or reality? The explosion sparked by the whispers of Julio Rodriguez in pinstripes has already done what all great sports stories do: remind us of the unpredictability, drama, and sheer thrill that make baseball the most timeless of games. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.